Just didn't feel like you guys are ever on the right side of it tonight. What'd you feel like maybe went most wrong for you guys?
You had a young team on the side playing with a lot of energy, and I think it's a competitive league. Wins are hard to come by in this league, and you can't take any team for granted. I think that they had fresher legs than us, and they showed that in that first half, in that first quarter and whatnot. And there's no excuse for that. That's on us. We got to find a way just to start games with more energy. But overall, I don't think it was a terrible game. I think we played, decent defense. We got really hurt on the offensive glass, kept them in the game and whatnot. And offensively, could have been a little bit better. But my standards, I don't think it was a terrible game for us.
You mentioned the offensive rebounding. Doc had said, okay, last 4 or 5 games it's been tough, even though that's what Houston does. But he's like, Dallas kind of got in there. What have you seen in this last stretch where it's like we can change this or at least limit that a little more?
Well, I think it's not necessarily team specific. I think it's the way the league is trending. I think guys are trying to get extra possessions. And when you got guys that are specific job is to go in there and get rebounds. You gotta know that beforehand. And it's a team effort. Rebounding and whatnot. I think takes the bigs. You gotta take the guy out the play, and then the guards coming to grab it, or vice versa. So I think we got to be a little more attention to detail. They were playing a lot of zone as well. I think it's kind of hard to at times rebound out of zones, but there's no excuse in this league. I think it's a league trend where everybody's crashing the glass a lot harder.
Second game this year that you guys have played without Giannis. Obviously, he has the highest usage rate on your team. On the nights where he's out, what have you guys maybe learned about what you guys need to try to get done offensively?
Ball movement is paramount in this league, man. The ball can't stick. When you got someone who's scoring 30, 40 points a game, you got to be able to make that up, with depth. It can't just be one individual person out there scoring 20 or 30. It's a ball movement league. Continue to keep the ball hopping. As the ball gets to the next side, you got to be able to get to the paint. Great. Can't settle too much, and I think it's on all of us just to make a more considered effort to get downhill.
What did you see from Con Knipple tonight?
Yeah, man. I watched him play in college a little bit. I think he's better than what I anticipated, and I will say that. I think he's a decent young player. I think he's obviously it's a long season. He's got a lot to learn, and I think he's going to continue to keep growing. I think he's a perfect fit for a team like this who needs someone who can get downhill, make plays for others, make plays for himself. So I think he's a decent young player.
It'll be his first time playing in Milwaukee in the NBA. What was that like for you the first time going back home to play?
Oh, he's from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's awesome. It's the best, man. You have all the love and support, from your family, former teammates, guys you went to high school with. There's nothing like it. I hope he enjoys and loses himself in the moment. You know what I mean? I think that's what it's all about. Regardless of your stats, regardless of what you do that game, it's an honor and a blessing to go and play back home. In front of a village that supported you. So I wish the best to his family. That's a beautiful moment for a family to realize a moment like that. You work your entire life to get there, and I think it's a really special moment for him.
Thanks, Myles.